Hello, Internet. Welcome back to somehow further Demajen adventures. I think that's the title. Is that right? Somehow further? Yeah. We're going to finally do 6.25 content. Can't believe I spent the entirety of that previous episode thinking, oh yeah, this is current stuff. Nope. Lunar Conspiracy. Nashum Makaraka awaits your approach like a butterfly poised to set off a hurricane. Demajen, I'm a new lead, and just as I promised, you're the first to know. Before we get into the details though, I should give you back your soul container. I'll give it a good scrub first, of course. Being the gentleman that he is, I'm sure the inspector wouldn't want to leave any lingering spiritual odious. Odious? Odious. Odious will do. There. Now you can listen to my findings without having distracting thoughts like, when's Nash going to give me back my soul container? Now, as for the lead I mentioned, I was thumbing through a periodical and found an article on alien abduction. The way it was described was almost exactly what happened to the inspector. It even had a little diagram of a man swimming in midair. Anyway, the author seemed convinced that the victim has been taken to the moon. This crackpot theory sounds awfully familiar. Why does this sound like the kind of rubbish the Thavnarian Truth publishes? That's because it is. You remember Dory, the editor in Briefs? He was the one who wrote it. And he plans on doing research for the next edition on the moon itself. Apparently there's a portal or something. Garlemald will take you straight there. Oh, but a world-hopping adventurer like you must have been to the moon already. Don't like the back of your hand, I bet. Kinda. I haven't actually been to... It's weird. When I was doing my Endwalker playthrough, I very distinctly remember thinking, the moon's a really cool zone. I suspect I'll be spending quite a chunk of time here. I have not. I think it's quite down low on the list of zones that I've done fates in, for example. In fact, I'm really far behind on that. Normally I'd have done more of that by now. But I've been busy with, YouTube and work and other games. I thought so. It'd be nice to have an expert guide up there to help me search for clues. What say you? To the moon, Nashu! Right, I'll start packing my bags. I don't know what the weather's like on the moon, but I remember Garlemald being a bit chilly the last time I was there. I don't see our little stalker friend, though to be fair, he mostly only appears in cutscenes. Okay, so we're actually going to have to go via Garlemald. The question of why Nashu's been to Garlemald before is quite beyond me. Also, she hasn't changed. Oh! It's much colder than I remembered. I sure hope this lunar gate's close. It's not. It's on the other side of the zone. The Tower of Babel? You mean that big spiky spike? Yeah, just in case you don't know how to pronounce Babel. Well, we definitely shouldn't get lost on the way there. Let's get moving. Nashu Makaraka. So, this thing will send us up to the moon, just like that. Courage, Nashu. Whoop. I'm so glad I wore the Hildebrand stuff for this. The world is in grave danger and the people deserve to know. I have to reach the moon so I can expose the truth. As I have explained to you twice already, I can only allow passage to authorized travelers, which you are not. Ah, you're with them, are you? The aliens have infiltrated every layer of our society. What in blazes are you talking about? I'm Dalmascan, born and raised. Oh look, it's Dorian, the editor in Briefs. That's Delian, editor-in-chief, thank you very much. And you were friends of the abducted, I believe. Demajen, greetings, are you acquainted with this man by any chance? He exposited in my direction once, or no, nor am I affiliated with him in any way, shape or form. He did exposit in my direction once. That was enough, I'd wager. He has trouble written all over him. Demajen, As in Demajen Blackthorn, Slayer of Gods, Saviour of Ishgard, Liberator of the Provinces, Stealer of Pants. How did I fail to recognise such an unbelievably famous individual? I imagine it's something to do with the shiny goggles that you've got on your face. As a champion of the people, you have a duty to lead us through this fact-strangling checkpoint. We cannot let your comrade's abduction go unsolved. He needs you, and the world needs my next article. And you believe he was taken to the moon? Well, that certainly sounds like an emergency to me. Your acquaintance here seems sincere in his desire to help, so I'll grant him special dispensation to accompany you just this once. You may proceed to the Nethergate. Mysterious forces have thrust us together, and though I trust the fates about as much as I trust that obviously compromised gate guard, I will leave no moonstone unturned. The truth is up there. Nice X-Files reference, thank you. Yes, we shall just shrug at you, you absolute nutter. It's a shame we don't have to guide them through on the train. And here we are, on the moon, for the first time in actually quite a while since I've been here. I do love the moon zone. I love the kind of starkness of the lighting here. I think it will be really interesting to see with the new lighting bits and pieces in 7.0 what this place looks like. Is this it? Are we here? Can you not see the planet in the sky above us, you complete muppets? Ooh, the moon's just as white and shiny up close. But not made of cheese. No sign of Inspector Hildebrand either. So, we've already arrived. The Empire's technology is more advanced than I feared. Over there. The aliens have built some kind of forward base on the lunar surface. We must sneak in and blow the lid on their invasion plans. Please, please let me have some kind of entertaining tete-a-tete with the Watcher and this dipshit. Looks like Dorian has a lead. Come on, we should follow him. If you can't tell, I have very little time for conspiracy theorists. Speak of the devils. Aliens! Honest to God's aliens! I never expected them to be so tall. Also small and bunny-like. Well, at least I get to pull the Watcher Asian voice changer thing out from Premiere Pro. Welcome. If I had known I was receiving so many visitors, I would have sent for more tea. A voice, speaking inside my head. I don't know the words, but the meaning is clear. Are they wielding psychic powers to try and brainwash me? You all right there, friend? Need help with anything in particular? And this one speaks our tongue fluently. Lend it from your Charlian collaborators, I'll wager. Don't think you'll fool me, what with your adorable bunny nose and silken ears. I'll print the truth before you arrive to beguile my fellow men. You're one of Urianche's fans, aren't you? I'm not sure who or what put such odd ideas into your companion's head, but would you mind setting him straight for me? We've tried. The Loporitts are not alien invaders, although their adorableness does belie their capacity for shenanigans. The Loporitts are allies of all mankind, misguided attempts to make us live off carrots alone notwithstanding. Simply because I love the word shenanigans, this is the option I shall choose. They got to you, didn't they? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I've heard the rumours about the disbanded Signs of the Seventh Dawn. The formerly secret society has in truth become all the more secret that it may pull our leaders' strings from the shadows. All right, mister. I won't stand here and listen to you slander Demajen or this lovely bunny any longer. You better not libel them neither. Bet you came in search of Inspector Hildebrand, a dashing gentleman who we think was brought here by a shiny flying saucer. You wouldn't happen to have seen either of them around here, would you? I am afraid I have seen neither. Long was it my duty to keep watch, but as the need for constant vigilance has since ended, I have grown accustomed to idleness. It's rather refreshing, really. Anyway, perhaps the Loporitts may have observed this man or his abductor. I feel we would have remembered if I had. The others might have seen something, though. Why don't I take you over to Best Raysborough, and you can ask them about it yourself. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Please lead the way. If nothing else, getting an eyeful of the facilities we built for the benefit of mankind should help reassure your suspicious friend here. There. That's the wrong voice, but whatever. He's a Loporitt. Did I make the Loporitts squeakier in my playthrough? Did I raise their voices slightly? I can't remember whether I did. That's a lot of effort anyway. And my voice is quite high-pitched enough. Oh, straight to Best Raysborough. Good gods. I knew it. Seeing the boys, all magnificence has left your friend speechless. Nashu. So many buddies. If they can build a forward base on this scale, then what hope does mankind have against them? Oh, for the love of carrots, this is not a military operation. Do you see any cannons or assault craft? We haven't any weaponry at all. We've hidden that away for... Take your time and chat with whomever you like. As for me, I've got perfectly innocuous and not at all nefarious things to do. Bye now. Right then, let's get on with the investigation. Nashu and Delion are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side, blah, blah, blah. Neat, right? A convenient tool for meeting with their Charlotte and co-conspirators, no doubt. Oh, they'll tell you Aetherites were an elegant invention, but it was really just one of the many alien technological secrets received in exchange for their undying loyalty. Link pearls too. Be careful what you say on those private calls. The Charlians are always listening. Yes. Look, they even have Aetherite here. Yes, Nashu. Yes, they do. Right, where are we going? Going over here, apparently. Who's over here? Boosting Way is over here. We're not talking to Boosting Way. Well, I mean, we could talk to Boosting Way. We are talking to the languid Loporitts. Hello, languid Loporitts. Oh, I often stretch my legs out there under the stars, but can't say I've noticed anything out of the ordinary. Sorry. Not a worry. We'll try our luck elsewhere. Thank you. Bare-faced liars, the lot of them. They're probably hiding an entire fleet of alien attack craft. Discuss the machinery beneath the floor. A propulsion engine? Of course. This is no mere moon. You know, the satellite upon which we stand was never a natural celestial body, right? It was a grand fabrication of the ancients. They were in contact with aliens even back then. But the purpose of their ambitious construction has eluded us until now. It's obvious that the moon is a colossal starfaring vessel. That is true. Cool, that's a big fan. Let's get on in here. Thanks, Nashu, for your insights. Splitting Way. Loporitt Promoter. Oh, ever since we built the Excitotron 6000, we get all kinds of people around here. Could you describe your missing friend in a bit more detail? Well, he's very gentlemanly and dapper, if you look past the almost certainly tattered state of his clothing. Yeah, and the fashion sense can be a bit eclectic. Our visiting adventurers always dressed impeccably. Not to be rude, but I have a feeling your friend would have stood out in that crowd. He's probably strapped to a table somewhere even as we speak, ensuring unspeakable experiments. From what I've pieced together so far, the giant alien is the master, and all these smaller xeno bunnies are artificial life forms created to serve as minions in his armies. Again, are they artificial life forms? Technically, yes. But also no. Their harmless appearance is part of the strategy. As soon as you let your guard down, they take you down like a pack of tiny herbivorous wolves. Doing some interesting theories, doesn't he? Being nibbled to death by a mob of cuddly bunnies doesn't sound like a bad way to go. She's not wrong. She is not wrong. Next one is Weaving Way. Ooh, Cutscene Way. No gentleman in ragged clothes, I'm afraid, but I did spot an object in flight that I couldn't immediately identify. An unidentified object. It was while I was out gathering materials in the south of Mare Lamentorum. I presumed it was just some elegant relic or a new species of floating jellyfish and didn't think too much of it. Cool, that sounds promising. Thank you for your time. They're in pods. What's this then? A pod for growing new xenobunnies? They must plan to produce them in the millions and overwhelm us with sheer fuzzy numbers. Ah, how could I have been so blind? Those aren't ears. They're psychic wave generators. They lure people close with their precious little faces, then BAM! Brainwashed. This guy's gone through about 8 different voices so far. I've figured it all out, alien scum. And once the world reads my special edition, your dreams of domination will be done for. Ha! What a strange and ugly aggravating man. Is he a friend of yours too? He thinks he's a friend to the people, but I don't think any people are his friends. Right, let's get out there and find that flying object. Do you know which direction is south? Yes? Not really? Wait, I'm coming with you. Don't leave me alone with the brainwashing xenobunnies. I'd quite like to put this guy in a pod, frankly. Can we introduce Nashu to Argos? That's not a door, Dema. That's not a door at all. This is the door. Just fly straight into a wall. Argos! Ooh, shiny. My, what a vantage point this is. And to be fair, it's a giant crater, so... Search for the flying object. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a likely suspect. And left click. Ah! Nashu and Argus. Nashu was romping around with Argus, already forgetting why she was out here. I am fine with this. Dylan is searching high and low for any sign of alien vessels, like a true professional. Can't see Nashu's stalker, although, to be fair, him being on the moon would be a little odd. Although, considering... Oh, hold on. Oh, there he is! Shouldn't have opened my mouth, should I? A familiar youth dangles beneath the alien craft. Best pretend you didn't see that. Oh, that didn't count as the one that we were after. Oh, do I actually need to target the craft itself? Ah. I need to target the craft as opposed to the stalker. I mean, the silent guardian. Ah, there it is. And there it goes. Come on, we can't let it go. We can't let it get away. Why do I have a bangle on? Have I forgotten to glamour that off? Yes, I must have done. Don't get to see the bangles on my characters very often because I normally wear bigger gloves or sleeves. Oh, look what we found. We did it, Demajen. We found the inspector. Case closed. Horrendous. Only aliens could subject a man to such a callous and physically implausible fate. Oh. Oh. They have cloned him. Am I always playing tricks on me? Or do you see a whole field of planted Hildebrands? They really need to up the resolution on this. Well, well, what a delightful surprise to see you here, wherever here happens to be. Uh-oh. My! Hildebrand? Question mark. My, what an impressive specimen of a gentleman you are, good sir. Oh, no. The same can be said of you, my good man. Hildebrand? Question mark. Is this an extemporaneous gentleman's club? If I may be so bold as to join you? Tea? What in the name of the occult is happening here? Where did they all come from? Could be they're Hildebrand clones grown in alien laboratories' flesh vats. Imposters, you mean? Don't worry, I know just how to find the real Inspector. It's bombs time! Uh-oh. Cease and desist, Nashu. Use your powers of deduction, not destruction. Huh. Also authentic and synchronized. I honestly can't tell the difference. Oh, she looks so dejected. Well, look no further, for I am the one and only Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. The one and only? I believe that would be me, good sir. How odd! I think you'll find that I am the original Hildebrand. Oh? I'm more than certain that I am a Hildebrand. As am I. Could it be that we are all Hildebrand? How positively marvellous! I propose we celebrate this auspicious moment as only a mob of Mandeville man can. What manner of waking nightmare is this? Moonwalking on the moon. Now she's just dancing around. I mean, yes. What have you done, aliens? What have you done? Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Yoink! Hello, Blank. Oof. Apologies for the confusion, my friends. I assure you that this time you stand in the presence of the inimitable Hildebrand Heliodor Maximilian Mandeville. And this diminutive blue chap here is my new associate, Master Poo Poo. Really? Really? Another alien species. Of course, you're building a clone army to invade our star, and what we stumbled upon was a field test. I do not believe we have had the pleasure, my excitable fellow, but I promise you that the amicable Master Poo Poo has no desire to wage any clone wars. Then, what's this all about? You telling me you weren't abducted? A simple misunderstanding. Uh-oh. It'd be echo time. Oh, ho, what a charming little rascal you are. An offshoot of the Mandragora family, perhaps? Perchance, even, because I can read. Poo-poo! Ah, I see. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Master Poo-poo. My God. How many times are you going to make me say that, game? Might I inquire as to our current whereabouts? I had but recently reunited with Nashu and Demajen and would greatly appreciate it if you could convey me back to my prior location. Ah, they shrink. Splendid! Full speed ahead, my dear fellow. Steady on now. This is not what I had in mind. My word! You've generated a veritable battalion of identical gentlemen. Surely the world could never safely contain so much pure Mandavillian magnificence. Could you perchance reverse the process? Look at a Lewis Swan moment. Oh dear Lord. Oh gods, no, not like that. That won't work anyway. A runner! Mummy! What happened to the runner then? Are we going to have... Thus, I have concluded that Master Poo-poo has no grasp of the common tongue, and his true intentions, while surely peaceable, remain woefully unclear. It was only through frenzied gestures that I managed to direct him back here and have him clean up our Mandeville multiplicity incident. Poo-poo! I hail Poo-poo-poo from a star, Poo-poo, a great distance from here. Poo-poo, I came in search of a friend whose communications halted mid-exploration. All this way to aid a comrade in distress, you say? The devotion, the determination. Your touching story has sunk its hooks into my heart. It's a case. Fear not, my blue-hued friend. For I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have attached myself to this case like a stubborn barnacle on a kraken's behind. I swear to you here and now, I shall scour all of creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the missing comrade you so desperately seek. Your eyes are freaky. He says he'll help. Maybe he just doesn't understand Hildebrand. Well... An entirely new species of alien. The next issue of The Truth will need to be a special double edition. Mr. Poo-poo's eyes make me feel rather dizzy. like swirls that go round and around and around and around and around and around. I am glad you are here to help ward off any more misunderstandings. It's a good job we can talk to everything. Tell me, Demajen, how is it that you're able to understand Master Poo-Poo's language? I have this thing. The power of echoes. Ah, you mean persistent repetition. It sounds similar to the Mandeville art of parley. You're saying you have an extrasensory ability that allows communication with aliens? Fascinating, yes. Most fascinating indeed. Pending mysteries aside, I am glad indeed to once more be in the company of my faithful assistant and stalwart contemporary both. This is getting silly! Unfazed by events that would shatter the mind of a lesser man, Hildebrand stands ready to begin his next case. But are we ready? So begins the case of the silent correspondent. Not to rain on your parade, but my friend who was somewhere on your star stopped sending me messages is not a lot to go on. I've spent years investigating the existence of aliens, and recent experiences notwithstanding, they are not that easy to find. And you don't know Inspector Hildebrand. He'll solve this case as he solved countless others, with unknown perception and panache. Ah ha ha! Well said, Nashu. I need but relinquish conscious thought to investigative instinct, and the clues will flow to me forthwith. Bang. There's no one here to do the work for you, Hildebrand. Lose yourself in the deductive current, Inspector. You're channeling, aren't you? Contacting a higher power to breach the veil of mystery. Another fascinating development. There you are. I've been looking all over. Thought you'd like to know that I spotted the chap you were asking about. You know, the well-muscled gentleman with tattered clothing and dazzling teeth. You mean this gentleman? We found too. Well, that can't be right. I just saw him in the north of Marilematoon, and he ran the other way when I called out. I don't understand how he could have arrived before me. I have a feeling, Mr. Bunny, sir, that what you saw was an imposter. Demajen, would you mind asking Master Poo-Poo if he's growing any more inspectors on the moon? Well, we saw one run off. Poo-Poo, I only created a single batch, but one did manage to escape the vaporization beam. That individual's behaviour was unpredictable. A flaw in the cloning process, I'm afraid. Well, this won't do at all. We cannot have a flawed inspector running around besmirching the Mandeville name. Master Poo-Poo, I must ask that we hunt down and liquidate my other self as soon as possible. Might we delay the search for your comrade until the deed is done? Poo-Poo, the imperfect clone was of my making. It is only right that I redress my mistake first. He says yes. Nod. So begins the case of the imposter inspector. Oh, that does sound exciting. If you don't mind me coming along, I can show you the place where I saw the imposter inspector. That would be very helpful. Thank you, Mr. Loporitts. Or Miss Loporitts. Or gender-neutral Loporitts. I don't know. Don't stare into the eye. My ship's matter duplication facility is prone to the occasional glitch. I should probably have that looked at. I wonder what of the nefarious abilities this so-called amicable alien is hiding. Oh, it was right round here. Nashu is, of course, asleep. I spy with my little eye. No dashingly defective gentleman. You can't have made it that far on foot. Why don't we try searching the immediate area? Scan the horizon, that kind of thing. Then I suggest we split up so we can cover more ground. Nashu, Demajen, and I will investigate the northwest. Right, I'll take these other two and head northeast. Splitting the party again? And you're leaving me with the aliens? Oh, relax, Bright Eyes. We'll have a nice chat, and I can disabuse you of all these strange conspiratorial notions. Oh, and we can get to know our new friend here. Can the Loporit understand him? Let us be on our way as well, with Demajen in the van, if you please. Hildebrand is now following us. That's nothing new. Search for clues. What happens if we start fighting when they're around? Do they help? Hey, Hildebrand, look, it's one of the what you not. Aha! This one sparkles. Hammerstruck thinker. Huh. Why is there a hammer? A goldsmithing hammer is lodged in the thinker's carcass. It appears to have been dealt a single, swift, killing blow. Cool. The bugs grow big up here, don't they? This hammer. Surely it cannot be. Nay, it does not bear thinking about. Come along, nothing to see here. Does Hildebrand have the power to manifest hammers like his father? Oh, we have to be on the other side of this. I suppose they could have only done this way because they changed... Well, can we get up here another way? Don't know. Moose! Not a single cloud in sight. In fact, I've never seen the night sky so clearly. Now that you mention it, it's been nighttime the entire time I've been here. How much longer until dawn breaks, do you think? What a dazzling display of stars. Not a single cloud in fact. Same conversation. Different perspective. Uh-oh. A hammer-struck moose? There's a moose loose about this moon. I feel like I made that joke previously. At least I am consistent. Unless that was the first time I've made it, in which case I'm just weird. Another goldsmithing hammer. Another killing blow that bespeaks unparalleled strength. Oh, it looks like he's yawning. The hammer stuck in his head spoils the effect, though. He cannot be here. Why would he be here? Is Godbert helping the Loporitts with something? That's a goldsmithing tool, isn't it? It does look awfully familiar. And yet completely unrelated to our case. Moving on, people, moving on. Hildebrand is afraid of his father. Trail of fancy footprints. A set of gentlemanly tracks leads to the northwest. Aha! In the sand, in the snow, or in half elm of moondust, I'd recognize those fancy footprints anywhere. They're a perfect copy of mine. Our fugitive imposter must be just up ahead. And technically speaking, wouldn't they just never disappear because it's the moon? I suppose there is oxygen gravity here. I sense a gentlemanly presence. He is close. Very close. No clones in the northeast quadrant that we could see. Master Poo-Poo. That's clever. Mr. Poo-Poo could scout for us from the air. Can't read today. Aha! I found me. Hildy clone? Why? Why did I flee? He seems sad, downcast, very uninspector-like. A flawed creation, to be sure. Such negative emotions would never mar the heart of a true Mandeville man. Not. Uh-oh. Nice little bit of Vangelis style music. Ooh, flickering. Praise Thal for his patience. 'Twould seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his unnatural slumber. Abandoning my gentleman comrades to save myself. My pride in worse tatters than my maltreated wardrobe. My fatherly love denied? Unthinkable. Unless that is not my son. Huh? Woo! Running away! Tall buildings in a single bounds. Hildebrand cares nothing for the huge gaps in the moon. Jeez. Yeah. Woo! Another of me survived. I will not turn tail and run this time, no sir. Hildebrand to the rescue. Woo! Round and round as fast as I can. I can't slow down. I'm a Mandeville man. Mandeville dance with the ephemeral twins? What? Woo! Oh my word. Wonderful. Uh-oh. What? Or is this just a god book coming out? No, it's Loporitts on the lift. What? Now I know I'm dreaming. That can't possibly be real. Ah, that was a little something we were preparing to welcome the people of Etheris. I almost forgot I was still here. Oh no! Where's Godbert gone? Jeez. Uh-oh. Was that Enkidu? Ah. Thank you, Godbert. Random stuff. Including a mandragora and a coblin. Is that the coblin from the first set of Hildebrand quest that was constantly following us around? The barrage appears to have stopped, but just look at all this junk. Please be sure to pick up your litter before you leave. The moon belongs to everyone, you know. But what's this? A chunk of rock. Oh-ho! Something that he's going to use to craft weapons as part of a Mandeville quest line? Got the brooms out. Oh. Hildebrand, Heliodor, Maximilian Mandeville, how glad I am to see you up and about. Your mother will be beside herself with joy. I only stand before you now thanks to Nashu, who stood ever vigilant at my bedside, and to Demajen, who ferried my soul back from across the rift. My son is indeed blessed. No, that's the wrong voice. My son is indeed blessed with comrades of quality. You have my heartfelt gratitude. To you, Master Pooper, I extend my apologies. In my excitement, I fear I have broken your starship. Is there aught I can do to help effect repairs? No, if there is aught I can do to help effect repairs, you have only to ask. Well, my vessel experienced a temporary malfunction, but there was no major structural damage. It brings me relief and joy to hear it. Might I have a word, Demajen? I'd actually come to the moon in search of a certain rare ore, and by Thal's good graces, my quest has been successful. The ore, however, is but the first step of a longer saga. Meet me back in Razatan, and I will explain the role I wish you to play. Questline unlocked. Yes, I think it's best we make the journey starwards. We'll not find Master Pooper's friend from up here unless someone packs an extremely efficacious spyglass. Anybody? No? Then home it is. Missed call. Whatever. Aliens. For years I've chased after the supernatural and the inexplicable, but to encounter so much of it in such a short span of time, my mind still reels from the implications. Yet I must keep my gaze focused beyond the veil. A chance like this comes only once in a lifetime. Okay. I just love the fact that they spent development budgets on this. Money was spent creating a Loporitts dance routine. Now begins the hard work of compiling my notes into a structured account of events. There is so much to say, I may need to stretch this over several articles. See, I told you I recognised those hammers. A good inspector never forgets a tool. You needn't worry about the clones returning to plague you. The vaporization rate disassembles matter on a molecular level. Yes. Ah, how lovely to be back on the star of my birth. Father did not tarry to chat, but said something about returning here with a trusted employee. Oh? Geralt. Well, we've no time for further familial pleasantries. Nashu and I must devote all our mental energies to the case of the silent correspondent. My keen inspector's sense impels me to begin our search in that direction. Make haste, my companions, for justice waits for no man, not even one who is little and blue. Inspector, wait. Can't justice make an exception for me? His channeling appears to be remarkably effective. Fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. It's just guesswork. Demajen, forgive me. I seem to have been labouring under a misconception. After spending some time with the Xeno bunnies, it has become clear to me that they have not the slightest intention of invading our star. They are no threat to us. Correct. But he is. You know of whom I speak. That devious Master Poo-Poo and his diabolical device is devised solely for world domination. I shall have to investigate him further to learn the intricacies of his plans, but I may require your aid, not to mention your interpretation. I'll even pay you a retainer fee, so please, when the time comes, join me on my quest for the truth. Nod? Sure, why not? We've done weirder stuff. Ah, hello. Ah, Godbert, my apologies for the wait. Shall we proceed to business, then? The task at hand concerns nothing less than a family legacy. The recreation of the historically significant and astronomically magnificent Mandeville weapons. They were the designs of a distant ancestor, you see. While the originals have long since vanished, the manual containing the secrets of their construction survived, a precious heirloom passed down through generations of Mandevilles. Why the sudden passion for weaponsmithing? "'Tis true that, as a goldsmith, I have had little occasion for crafting implements of war. Why this project and why now, you may very well ask. Then I shall very well tell you. The tale begins not so long ago. I was here in Vasathan to discuss a deal with an up-and-coming merchant. The matter in question was an acquisition proposal. Alas, the talk soured, so I made preparations to part. It was then that the sky burst into flame. You know all too well what horrors followed. I did my best to defend the citizenry from the beasts which spawned, yet I could not save them all. Saved far too few, in fact. The memory of it haunted me day and night, and I found myself unable to work. But then I heard the news of how you and your companions had ventured forth to banish this evil at its source. You forged on, in the face of deepest despair, and it gave me the courage to do the same. I took a good hard look in the looking glass and asked, what can Godbert Mandeville do to safeguard the people of this star? Thus did I realize what I had both the knowledge and the skill to Thus did I realize that I had both the knowledge and the skill to forge the greatest of weapons, that I might empower others to protect themselves and their fellow man. So I began going down the list, acquiring the necessary materials with single-minded purpose. One of these was a goodly chunk of purest mandirium ore. Mandirium, yes. A metal found exclusively in meteorites, and that only rarely. I searched high and low, scouring impact sites and consorting with kobolds, all to no avail. Then, when none was to be found in Heidelin, I set my sights on the moon, where I at last obtained a sizable sample. Now I say, at last, but the list of materials go on. No. Now I say, at last, but the list of materials goes on. If I am to collect the rest in a timely fashion, I must employ the help of a comrade of quality. When you can spare a moment from adventuring, or aiding my dear son in his inspecting, pray drop a word in the ear of my manservant here. I shall clear my schedule of trivial interruptions, and we can proceed with the recreation of a Mandeville weapon forthwith. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Radzahan. Uh-oh. Oh no, it's Thingy's head. Sound the alarm! A prisoner is escaping! Boing, 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 boing! Wahey! Woohoo! Dr. whatever his name was. Well, now. Definitely not an alien clone. See you, Inspector. Well. That was very silly indeed. And I don't know why I even need to say that, because of course it was. I'm not generally a man that gets lost for words. But there is something so extremely absurdist in the humour of the Mandeville questlines, and there always has been, that I can't think of things to say about them. They are just brilliant silliness in the moments. And interestingly enough, this time it leads into the Relic Weapon quest, which is very, very odd indeed, an incredibly odd choice. One thing that I will say is, A, the textures on this wall are really low res. No, one thing that I will say is that the decision to lock the Endwalker relics behind the entire Mandeville questline it's a bold one. You know, because Hildebrand is very much not for everyone. There will be people that don't find this funny or amusing or entertaining in any way. But to be fair, I mean, as I was saying a couple of episodes ago, if you do skip through everything Still takes 2.5 hours, by all counts, to get through the entirety. I keep hitting this microphone. To get through the entirety of Hildebrand. That's quite a lot of precursor quests that you need to do in order to unlock the relics. That being said, if you are of the right sense of humour, then I'd argue that Hildebrand is some of the game's most interesting and zany and fun content. It's certainly the content that I laugh at the most. And it does strike a really nice counterpoint to the kind of 6.0 Endwalker stuff, to be fair. You know, in terms of despair, crazy laughter. Despair, crazy laughter. The addition of the alien conspiracy theorist, I think, is an inspired choice for an expansion where we went to the moon. Yeah, just very, very silly stuff. Really appreciate this. Next time, we'll take a look at the Mandible weapons and see just what kind of quest line or whatever it is, what kind of scenario we will have to go through in order to do that. But we have finally done some 6.25 content. Woo! Only took me about 7 hours, something like that, to get round to it. It's Friday today. Yeah, the patch came out on Tuesday. That's how far behind I am. Though, to be fair, Wednesday and Thursday I did have to go to work all day, so yeah. Until next time, stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen, and keep on mamboing. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.